I wasn't born into this life. I was adopted into it. This is my family before I entered the picture. 6 children, half of them adopted. As part of the first wave of transracial adoptions in the United States, I was classified as hard to place, one of thousands of black and biracial children adopted by white parents in the early 70s.
That's Sutnamai in Brooklyn.
Sutnamai is Norwegian 17th of May, or Independence
Day. Yeah.
You know, we talk about a thing called Black Pride. Well, this was our Norwegian pride.
This is fun, you know. Stick a Norwegian flag in my hand and watch the parade, and I did remember feeling a little bit at odds with it, though. Like, I remember thinking like I was play acting or something. There was something odd about me being a part of this celebration. I didn't feel at all Norwegian or any affinity toward this kind of celebration. Try as I might, I didn't feel connected to it.
I don't see you as a black person. I don't see John and Ann as a Korean person. I see them as part of our family.
Ultimately, I am a part of your family. I use my name with pride. But I am also an African American man in your family. And, you know, you have to see me as that. Because unless you do, you kind of deny me that. You deny me that experience, you deny me that history and that culture. I think identity for black males in particular is important because so many people are placing their own assumptions about who you are on you, whether it be inmate number 9 or, you know, power forward, that as a black male you're constantly having to assert yourself in situations where, you know, the expectation is one thing, and your behavior might be something else.
In being a black man, we are subject to everyone's scrutiny. A black male is always supposed to be a deviant. Like if we work in a store, that if there's money left out, that we're gonna steal it. And people are always, it's one thing I've always had people do to me, and it's always driven me nuts. They always play that test game. They play this test game where they'll either leave money or they'll accidentally give you too much money, or they'll, and I've had people, they do it to us a lot. The Chinese have this concept that they believe, and it sounds pretty logical, that, you know, our lives are filled with 10,000 things. And that's from getting up and making breakfast in the morning, to listening to music at night, to whatever you do. And when someone comes along and tries to take one of those 10,000 things, that's when we have problems. The thing as a homeless person, the thing that you always remember is the person that was there with you face to face. I've never seen them walking down the street in Manhattan, you know, raising their kids. I've never seen them in the thick of nothing. So to me, it's just, you know, I mean, these people don't really know how any of us live. Now, I hate New York. I have to admit. But the longer I stayed here, the more I realized it would be really good if I would build up some kind of some kind of stability.
The unfound answer is, how do you take what's positive and give it that same sort of lure that the negative has out there? How do you do that? How do you take what we're doing and make it up to date, the cool thing? So that sexy, attractive, glamour, glitz? How do you do that? So that the kids be like, yo, man, that's what's up, dog. You got all A's. That's hot.
We grew up in poor, broken homes in New Jersey neighborhoods, riddled with crime, drugs, and death. There were no doctors or lawyers walking our streets. Where we live, hustlers reigned, and it was easy to follow their example.
Come see me for 130.
Somehow, 3 teenagers from the streets of Newark, New Jersey overcame the obstacles and became doctors.
Hi, I'm Dr. Davis. How you doing? I'm the doctor in charge. It may sound corny, but education saved my life. I would have loved to grow up and become a famous sports player or a famous musician or a famous actor, and a lot of the kids often aim for that, and there's nothing wrong with those images, but I didn't have the skills. You know, I had a good layup, but I didn't have a wicked crossover, so with that in hand, I had to sort of use what I had, and I always felt like, well, you know, I did well in school with not that much effort, so why not stay focused on that?
How you doing? What's up, cuz? That's literally my cousin. I've lived in the projects for about 5 years. So it wasn't so bad because I grew up around here, but it still had the challenges that exist around here. We don't want you in the street, so you're gonna hang out with me. Okay? This is how we do dentistry on little kids. Upside down at Naeem.
He never tell me how hurt that he was that his father wasn't around. But I'm sure he must feel it, because I know I would.
I just played the hand I was dealt, no complaints. But there were just so many things that I missed out on in terms of learning how to shave, learning how to tie a tie, all of these sorts of things that are manly and how to really become a man. I just missed out on that.
If you'd have caught me when I was 19, 20, I would always pray and say to God, God, just get one of my parents off drugs, because both my parents had drug problems, and I would, just pray. I would pray. I mean, I would pray so hard, Jim, they would rip my hands up, and I would feel like, why'd you do this to me? Why did you make both of my parents have this illness? He did, get one of my parents off, and then I felt bad. I said, why did I only ask for one? I should have asked for him to get both my parents off of drugs. And then I said, okay, God, I had to start praying again.